Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Basics podcast. So today we're going to be talking about, trade deadline passed a week ago, so we're going to be talking about all of the trades that went down and, how they've performed so far and other news around the league. I am joined here with Nick. We also have another segment of buy or sell with a special little guest. So,
And I believe we are planning to start to do that more, to have special guests on for buy or sell, just bring in an extra opinion, have a little more fun with that. So there's something to look forward to for everybody.
yeah. So, let's
All
get
right.
right into it. First trade you want to talk about is let's talk about the big boy, the big trade.
I actually had something else I wanted to talk
Oh,
about first.
go ahead.
We had a big week. We both returned from vacation. How
Oh
was
yeah,
that?
that was it was well. I see me thinking all about business, thinking all about the actual podcast. But yeah, no, it was relaxing.
And
Uh,
there you go, because you were thinking too much about said podcast.
yeah, yeah, no, it was just a lot of relaxing by like pool, lake, going out
I
for dinner, lunch, ice cream,
I
whole
mean, you
whole
can't really
spiel.
ask for more from a vacation.
Nah, just a lot of
I
chilling.
experienced a Jays loss,
Haha.
one of two at home. That sort of sucked. Everyone was verbally abusing Harold Ramirez. Kind of felt bad for him.
Why?
I sat two rows up from Brad Hand's wife and kids, though, so that was kind of funny.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, no, and then I wrote an entire script on the way home from the train. So that was my vacation.
All right.
Anyways, now we can get into business. I've
Yeah. You
had
want to
my small talk. We can get into it.
you want to get into you want to start off with the big boy?
Oh, yeah,
All right.
of
So,
course.
Nationals just decided to, explode. Uh Max Scherzer and Trey Turner to the Dodgers for Josiah Gray, Caber Ruiz, uh Gerardo Carrillo, I think. I can't Carrillo.
And Donovan Casey, the
Yeah,
one I can
Donovan
pronounce.
Casey. I can't pronounce it. Pardon if I screw up any of these prospects' names. But
Don't get offended.
what do you think? Clear winners, clear losers, or what do you
I
think?
think both teams won it. Obviously not the biggest return in the world considering other things we've seen, but the Nationals do have a very depleted system, and Josiah Gray and Keeper Ruiz will both definitely help that. And I mean, Carrillo and Casey look a little more like lottery tickets, but you never know.
Yeah, no, those are just kind of like here. They're just kind of throw-ins.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, I think relatively even. Dodgers get a clear ace in Max. Well, maybe not in that rotation, but
they've got a few.
Max Scherzer, and then of course good leadoff bat Trey Turner, good shortstop for
Second baseman,
and
maybe
second
now.
baseman, yeah, because Corey Seager
Yeah.
is still on the
Exists.
team. But yeah, Josiah Gray, Caber Ruiz, very good looking prospects. Caber Ruiz, I don't know if Josiah Gray has any MLB experience. I know Caber Ruiz does though, and
Yeah,
he's been doing.
Keeper definitely does.
He's all right. They're gonna be pretty good
Actually,
pieces for
I
that
will
team.
have a quick look just to double check. Give us a fact check here. Um,
Let's see. Let's get a little
sorry, I
fact
couldn't
check
type
before we get
fast enough.
into yeah. Hurry up before we get into the other trades, which are some of them are interesting.
Josiah Gray. Uh,
I don't think Gray has any playoff
yeah,
experience
no
or
time with
playoff
the
MLB.
Dodgers. No time up with the Dodgers. Um,
Because if
but
anything, it was like one inning.
this year for the looks like the AAA affiliate, he has posted a 1.2 WHIP with 1.80 ERA. So I mean, pretty nice numbers at AAA.
Yeah, no, he's gonna
Nothing
be
really to
a
complain
very good
about.
pitcher in years to come. So I
Mm.
don't think the Dodgers and Trey Turner is well, I mean, both of them are gonna walk whenever their contract is up.
Yeah, no, the Nationals did look like a bit of a dying team. Obviously, we saw Rendon leave, and it's just
Yeah, it was just we knew it was just gonna be Soto left, really.
right age and contracts started to catch up with them.
Yeah. But anyway, you
Uh,
you want to talk
but that's
about you want to talk about trade number two? uh, from
Yeah,
your
so
hometown, your home
Jose
team.
Barrios came to my Blue Jays for Austin Martin and Simeon Wood Richardson, and I'm on a mission to convince Comedic that this was a good move.
It's not.
Um,
Just
wow.
silence.
There's okay, so there's the Twins. First, from the Twins' perspective, they got two top 100 prospects back, so that's great. Great return for the Twins.
Right.
For the
Nuts
Blue Jays,
prospects.
starting pitching was a big need. Starting pitching right now was a big need. Martin and Woods Richardson probably won't be up until 2024, 2025 ish. So they're more down the line. Martin's also been a little positionless. Like Bo obviously is filling shortstop. Springer's a center fielder. He's gonna have a he would have a hard time cracking that team.
Yeah.
And Woods Richardson has regressed a lot in Triple A or Double A, I believe he's in. He posted like 6.75 ERA. Not to mention, obviously, the concern with Martin's power. So
Oh,
don't
right.
get me wrong. This could prove me incredibly wrong if Barrios doesn't resign and uh, both players turn out to be something. But typically, in moves where you see a proven major leaguer move for some high end prospects, it's usually the team that gets a proven major leaguer that wins the trade in the long run.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't feel like Barrios is that guy that you want to pay that hefty price for. Like those are two very good prospects. Yeah, they might have
Yeah,
struggled.
that's fair.
I get, um, Martin might not have a spot, but I don't know. Those are two. It's hard to convince anyone that
I
you won
know
that trade because
I
Barrios
don't
is like
have.
can
Sorry, go
be
ahead.
a star, but just hasn't really shown. He's shown flashes of it, but hasn't
Yeah,
been
no.
that
And
consistently.
Pete Walker's kind of been the pitcher whisperer. The pitching coach there, he figured something out with Robbie Ray. Uh,
Yeah, somehow.
you never know. So we will see. I don't have a subscription to Baseball America, so I don't know their current prospect rankings. But I do know both Martin and Woods Richardson have been falling since the start of the season.
Yeah, which is fair. And another little trade you wanna just carry on, just
Yeah.
keep rolling.
So we got Javi Baez and Trevor Williams. Were moved to the Mets for Pete Crow Armstrong. And I'm gonna go right out and say it. The only reason I have this under the good category is because the Cubs, honestly, I believe fleeced.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
Javi's a good player, but again,
and it's only half a year of now injured Javi.
yeah,
Trevor Williams is no offense to Trevor Williams, but virtually a nothing.
yeah,
And
and then Pete
Pete
Crow
Crow
Armstrong.
Armstrong,
Yeah.
we've heard Mets fans been talking about this guy. He could be very very good. Definitely a part of this next wave of Cubs prospects.
Oh yeah, the Cubs rebuild. Honestly, like the return that they got, like they might have blown up the core,
Oh yeah.
but there could be a new core coming soon.
Oh,
It
for sure.
it looks
I believe
like
we're gonna get more in depth with their farm system in general later, but
yeah, no.
I'm very positive on the Cubs. As many know, they are my favorite National League team. So I'm very positive on that perspective. Is that they have a future.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like it might not look good right this second, but
No.
just wait a little bit. So
Um,
yeah, next
Next,
trade. Richard Rodriguez uh for Bryce Wilson and Ricky DeVito?
something like that. I mean, Ricky
Son,
DeVito is definitely the lesser name of
yeah.
these three. I like this trade for everybody involved. Richard Rodriguez is controllable. Nice little piece for the Braves bullpen. Bryce Wilson has shown flashes of probably going to be something, probably maybe not at times. But again, a nice piece to add to that Pirate system that they're building.
Yeah, the Pirates, I don't know if they don't do, what they did with, uh, dare I list off the names, Meadows, Cole, Morton, Glasnow,
Oh,
any
yeah.
of them, as long as they don't do that, they'll be fine, I think. Like, yeah, they don't have Adam Frazier anymore. Yeah, they don't have you know, Rodriguez anymore, but I think they'll be fine. They weren't going anywhere anytime soon.
No,
So
agreed. And they did have a strong draft. Um, Probably one of the best, if not the best.
yeah, they're looking very
Um,
good.
yeah.
So now I want to talk about this. Yankees acquire Andrew Heaney for Jansen Junk and Elvis Peguero.
Yeah, no, first things first, Jansen Junk is a great name for a pitcher.
Yeah, we
And
traded Junk for Junk, in my opinion.
the that's just a sick name.
Yeah,
Like this guy comes out throwing junk and his name's Jansen Junk. Like wow. Sorry,
yeah.
that's
I
all I
just
have to
don't
say about
like
that
Andrew
trade. I'll let
Heaney.
you do your thing.
Hey, and in his first two starts,
Were bombs.
let me find this. What, four earned runs against the Mariners yesterday, and how many did he give up against uh
Not entirely sure.
Baltimore?
Haven't been
I'm
following
I'm
the
look
Andrew Heaney
I'm
train.
looking. Uh, Andrew Heaney game log. Let's find this. Oh
And
yeah,
just
versus
a heads up, we
Baltimore.
did mention
Four earned runs as well against Baltimore and against Seattle.
right.
Granted, he got the win the other day against Seattle, but 4 innings, 4 earned runs against the Orioles is just
Yeah,
not
we did
very
just
good.
mention yesterday. Just for those unaware, we are recording this as of Sunday, August 8th at 11:22 p.m.
Yeah.
Um, Anyways,
But yeah,
we've also got. We don't like that trade.
I don't like that trade personally. I don't know how you
Okay.
feel about it. I mean, I don't know. I've never heard of the people that we traded away, so I don't really mind, but we needed to get a starter. I just don't think Andrew Heaney was that guy that we needed to
Yeah,
get.
no. And see, I have a little different feelings as on our organizer sheet. I have this under the good.
Well, yeah, it's not a
Um,
terrible trade, but I just not a fan of it. Like, yeah, we got a pitcher. Cool.
right.
But it's
Um,
Andrew Heaney.
Andrew Heaney can be all right. I'm more excited for the Angels side of this, like the two lottery tickets again. But yeah, no, just the name Jansen Junk kind of got me on this one.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Starling Marte for Jesus Luzardo, straight up. And I think just both teams won that trade. It's very
Yeah.
good in general. Not much to say there.
But I think Luzardo got knocked around in Colorado, no?
Maybe. I know he had a good start against the Mets.
I think the other day he got knocked around a little bit. Let me see. Yeah. Oh wow. 4.2 innings pitched, 7 hits, and 7 earned.
Ugh.
And 2 strikeouts. So yeah, not good start, but again, no panic. I don't think because the game before 5 innings,
I
3 earned
I really wouldn't be
isn't great
surprised if
either, but they won.
wouldn't be surprised if Luzardo ends up in the bullpen.
Yeah, because he has pitched much better out of the bullpen.
Well, and look at the system that
Actually,
Miami has,
really
especially with
not.
pitching prospects.
He's hasn't been doing very well uh this season, honestly. Well, I guess he's only yeah,
See,
I don't know.
against the Mets, he was better. 5 innings
Right.
pitched, 3 earned runs. But no, last 7 games with a 9.31 ERA, 1.86 WHIP. Just not exactly what you want yet. I'm sure he'll figure it out, but early career he's struggled a little bit.
Yeah, and didn't he also have an injury kind of recently?
Yes, with his playing video games
Yeah,
and with
right?
his
Fractured his
hammer. It
thumb or
really sucks.
whatever or something.
Trevor Bauer moment. Actually, I'm not sure if we're allowed to talk about Trevor Bauer
Yeah,
moments
we won't
anymore.
get into that.
All right.
Oh yeah, yeah, but now a little Chicago swap south side to north side or whatever. Uh,
Something like that.
one or the other. It's late. Craig Kimbrell for Cody Hoyer and Nick Madrigal.
I like it for both teams.
Yeah, Kimbrell is a solid back end of the bullpen kind of guy to go along. Complements Liam Hendricks very well. Uh, two
Oh,
killer
we've heard those
closers.
storylines of the 1-2 punch that they've got going.
Yeah, and Cody Hoyer is a solid reliever for the Cubs. Cubs got a good return, and Nick Madrigal,
Controllable.
good
Mm.
prospect who has major league experience.
Well, and that'll also be the thing that moves Nico over to short.
Yeah, for sure.
And the big thing is both of them have control. They'll be there for a while.
Yeah.
Um, now, just one more thing to touch on the good before we move into the not so great. Um, Gallo, Rizzo, and the Yanks did very well at the deadline.
Yeah. Rizzo
I have
sadly
to
down with
say,
COVID right now, but has been doing well. And
seeing
Gallo,
all this news for the Yankees, I was a little scared. I was sitting at work watching the trade deadline, and it was seeing all these moves the Yankees are making. It's not exactly making me very optimistic for the Blue Jays.
it's making me optimistic. Hee.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Rizzo has been performing very well. Gallo has been being Gallo, striking out, walking, and hitting a home run every now and then or double. But
Well,
clutch
yeah,
three
no, I
run
believe
bomb,
he hit
go
his
ahead.
first one the other night that was a
Yeah.
complete unicorn and only would have left Yankee Stadium.
Go ahead home run in late innings. I don't remember what inning it was. I think it was lefty. No, never mind. It was Paul Sewald.
Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle would be Seattle. But
Yeah.
yeah, I want to get into to the bad.
Well, I've got one the neutral first, and that's the Philadelphia Phillies. Just a solid trade, just the one, but they brought in Ian Kennedy and Kyle Gibson,
Yeah,
JB.
those are pretty good. Who did they give up?
Just a nice
Oh,
little move.
Spencer Howard,
Spencer Howard
right?
was the big piece there.
Yeah, it might be
Um,
similar to a Dane Dunning, like Texas traded was it the off
yeah,
season?
yeah, no, I heard there may be some concern around Spencer Howard amongst the teams um, that were looking at him. Obviously, the Phillies were buyers,
Right.
but I'm not exactly sure what the concern was about, whether that was injury or just performance in general. But Texas got a decent haul, so
Yeah, and the Phillies needed a reliever. They need a bullpen,
yeah,
really.
no, and Ian Kennedy will be that for them, and
Yeah,
JB will be
he's
a
that
nice
close.
little rotation arm.
Yeah, but you wanna talk about the bad?
Ready for the bad.
Yeah. So KB to San Francisco for Alex Canario and Caleb Killian, I think.
Something like that. That would make sense to me.
What do you think
Canario
about
looks like a
this?
nice little piece. I have it under the bad as it's half a season of KB for two alright prospects. It's just a little boring, not exactly what I wanted
Yeah, I mean it's
when it
better
came
than
to a
what was
KB
originally
storyline.
what was originally going around. What was it? KB for Joey Bart and what's his
Yeah,
name? Who
yeah.
was it?
Was it Helio Ramos?
No. It was frick.
Oh well, doesn't matter now. They didn't
Oh,
count.
Lamont. Oh yeah, Lamonte Wade or Lamont
That's
Wade.
right.
Yeah, that was
Um,
a
just
that
a
would have
little
been
bit disappointing, but
really good.
oh well. I guess we'll see if Bryant resigns or not. I like him in San Francisco. It's a nice fit. They love
Y-
him. The
Yeah,
Bay Area is very nice.
home
So
run. Homered early. I think what
yeah.
was his first game? Same with Rizzo and
Yep.
Baez, all of them.
That's right.
Yeah. So well, you want to talk about this next one?
I really do. So Brad Hand came to the Toronto Blue Jays for Riley Adams. So obviously the Blue Jays didn't give up very much. Um, Nat's got a guy who's super big catcher. He made his major league debut on my birthday. That's what I remember from him. But no, all right hitter with some pop. Nothing special defensively. Just like a very well, all right prospect at best.
Yeah. I mean, and the Jays didn't need another catcher. They
And
got
in return, yeah, that's right. We have
yeah
Kirk
Kirk and Danny
Jansen,
Goat Jansen
McGuire,
and
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 Gabby
Reese
Moreno's
Reese
gonna
the
be a
Freak
star. Babbitt God, Reese McGuire. Okay.
and school parking lot god.
It
But
wasn't a school. It was a Walmart. Not
okay.
that that's any better.
Yeah, but I like to push the narrative that it was a school.
Uh, I get it.
It's more funny. But
It
yeah,
is definitely more
um,
funny. Oh, and Brad Hand just straight up blew the game that I went to,
yeah,
so
Brad
I'm
Hand
doing a
isn't
little bit of bad blood
great.
there.
Would have definitely rather have had Richard Rodriguez,
Yeah.
which was
Um,
rumored to happen. But speaking
we
of,
also got Joaquim Soria, so
that is
they're a
true.
nice little tandem there.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
yeah, no,
old guy.
Hand's family left like immediately after he gave up the two-run shot to Jose Ramirez. Like they were out. Anyways, that was my little Brad Hand rant.
Yeah, but speaking of old people, Cardinals trading Lane Thomas for John Lester, and then also trading for Jay Happ, thinking that
Yeah, you
that
can
would.
throw the J Hab thing in there.
I forgot who they gave up for Jay Happ. It couldn't have been much,
I
but I don't know them.
yeah, it was a name that I recognized, but like
But them
it wasn't
thinking
like
that
anything special.
they would fix their rotation. Two guys
Oh
that
yeah,
are
no,
like
I've
75 years old and aren't having
I've got
good
a great
seasons.
stat for you.
Let's
So
hear it.
without Jack Flaherty, the Cardinals have one guy who averages his fastball above 90 miles an hour in their rotation. All the guys that don't are Adam Wainwright, now John Lester and Jay Happ, and Kwang Hyun Kim.
So basically, the other half of the rotation.
Oh yeah, no, 4 out of 5 of their guys, um, right now obviously as Flaherty's injured, throw under 90 miles an hour on their
Jesus.
fastball, and wow.
I mean, they might get Alex Reyes back in the rotation soon, so or
I don't
next
know.
season.
I think they're rocking with him in the out of the bullpen, and I
Yeah.
don't mind it.
Yeah, no, it's working. But they have to,
Yeah,
get to a spot where they can, use him as a closer. But yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
Just
We
Cardinals.
will
eh,
see.
The Cardinals are
I
just being the Cardinals, I guess.
I have it as another storyline about the bad, but we'll just go
Yeah,
ahead
well,
and say it now. They were really underwhelming.
yeah, oh
They
yeah,
didn't do much. Shortstop was a position they could have addressed. Now, obviously, they have DeYoung, but again, you could have addressed it. They moved
yeah.
DeYoung to more of a utility guy.
And there were a couple
Just
shortstops available. Baez, Story, uh,
even a guy like Freddie Galvis would have been
yeah,
fine to just to
Galvis,
even not replace DeYoung, but to just have them as a little bit of a tandem there.
yeah, Trey Turner, maybe, even
Oh,
though
just unfortunate.
would have been too expensive. But
Yeah.
uh, yeah, Jorge Soler to the Braves for Casey Calich,
Yeah.
Calich,
The
whatever.
reason why I don't like this one is like Royals, if you're gonna sell, move Whit Merrifield. Move the guys that are
Yeah,
gonna net you pieces. And like they're sort of doing this trying to do the Tampa Bay thing of being like, "Oh, we're sellers, but we're also buyers."
yeah.
But it's
I mean,
just sort of dumb.
they did it with Danny Duffy at least, I
Yeah,
guess. But I mean, Cleveland also, right? The Braves also got Eddie Rosario, no?
that's right for Pablo Sandoval, who was immediately DFA'd. We got
Yeah,
Pablo.
that was a hell of a trade for
It's like you
Cleveland.
can just, as long as you just take this guy's contract, we'll just DFA.
That sucks for Pablo. And the Indians also traded Jordan Luplow to the Rays, who was also immediately sent down to AAA. No, or
I
was
believe so. Yes.
yeah. And so just weird moves by the Indians. Indians just.
I also believe that Luplo was just recalled either today
I
or
think he
yesterday. I
was,
could be
yeah.
wrong, but I do remember hearing that.
He was recalled, I believe, because I forgot why.
Yeah. So just a few things we need to do before we move on to buy or sell. Colorado. Wow. What a
I feel
disappointment.
bad for any Colorado fan if they
They
exist
need
anymore.
they need to fire their GM. They fired one, and now they need to get rid of this guy too because they're clearly just incapable of running a major league organization.
Yeah, they're just disappointments. And now Trevor Story is gonna end up
Yeah, they'll
walking.
just take their compensation pick, I guess.
Yeah, because I don't see how that compensation pick can be better than any of the pieces that were offered. Like,
Yeah. No, I was hearing the Jays weren't on him as well as the Yankees. Like teams with good farm systems would give up prospects that would be very, very good in the Rockies system, but they're not necessarily
which
in the
doesn't
Blue Jays system.
exist.
And I don't understand why people are so fixated on where they're ranked, because rankings among different teams, like one guy could be number 1 in one system and number 18
Right,
in
like
another.
you can be like the number 15 prospect in like the Rays organization, and be like the number one prospect in any organization on any team.
Oh yeah, no, I guarantee you, like a guy like Vidal Brujan would have outranked many top like number 1 prospects in among the league.
Oh
Sorry,
yeah, for
among
sure.
the other teams. Like Vidal Bruján
Yeah.
would be the number one for many other teams, but he was behind
Oh yeah, or
Papa,
any
things like that.
prospect on the Rays that isn't
Yeah.
number one. But like, I don't know, just
Um,
weird.
the
Colorado
Mets and
is just,
Kumar Rocker,
rip.
another franchise. Like, what are you doing?
Well, to be fair, there were concerns with his MRI and other things that led to that apparently didn't come up when they drafted him. So,
Okay,
uh,
see, I've heard similar things in general, but also conflicting reports saying that he's actually just really healthy and the Mets just didn't want to pay him.
I could see that too, to be honest, because lol Mets.
Yeah, I mean, just disgusting.
Yeah, it just the Mets are Mets, and Javi injured, haha. And
Yeah,
they're not in first place
take your
anymore, again, haha.
two fifty
But we'll
million
go on.
dollars per year, 100 average shortstops and shove it.
We'll carry on. We'll talk
Yeah,
about the Mets again, like we've said later.
later. We've got the Padres being extremely quiet. They got Adam Frazier and that was it.
Yeah, no, they
And
got Daniel Hudson. No,
okay, sorry, they got Adam Frazier and Daniel Hudson and that was it.
yeah,
Just Frazier's done nothing so far, so we'll see how that goes. But just sort of disappointing from San Diego.
yeah. Oh, and Jake Marisnick. uh,
Oh, that's right.
which
Now, I just want to touch on the Brewers quick. We don't show a lot of Brewers love on this podcast so far. Um, but Rowdy Watch last week, or well, 2 weeks ago now, we both did not think Rowdy would be able to keep up his pace that
we're
he
wrong.
started off with the Brewers. Still hitting 323, 411 OBP, and a 613 slug. Uh,
Why did he just,
172
he's just
pitch him up.
he's doing it. Just stop. I guess uh, maybe
Yeah,
him being predictable will catch up. Hopefully, the pitchers will learn how to pitch to him.
right.
But also,
No,
I don't think that's
172
hopefully
OPS
because I
plus
like.
is awesome.
Oh yeah, I like me some Rowdy,
No, that's through 73 plate appearances. So again, still a small sample size, but
but not
definitely
that
something
small.
we'll keep our eyes on
Yeah, it's not that
week to
small.
week here. Rowdy watch
Yeah, it
and
seems like the Brewers know how to turn people struggling in from the AL East into
that's right.
stars. Willie Adames. I mean, Willie Adames was already we knew he was good, but he was struggling this year, and now
Big
Rowdy.
Ryan.
Yeah,
All right, now we're ready to move on to buy or sell. I'll let
yeah.
you introduce our first guest.
We got a special guest here, the beloved Birddoge. Hello.
I've
Hey.
been freed from the shadow realm.
Yeah. You're allowed to speak.
I am
Um,
allowed to speak.
Nick, you
Welcome,
want to
Bird.
get into
Thank you.
So the first thing that we're gonna kick off for buy or sell: are we buying or selling the Cubs farm system, and what they got in return for their superstars?
All right, so I requested to be on this thing because I know what I'm talking about,
and you're a
and I
resident Cubs
know,
fan.
yes,
Sorry,
I
Izzy.
am very depressed. But I am going to first off say, you all see these Cubs fans on Twitter like, oh, our babies, they're all gone. Shut up, first of all, okay? That's the first thing I'm gonna say. Shut up. Second, like, why? Okay, yeah, I get you're sad. I was sad about Rizzo. I cried over Rizzo, okay? I was really sad that he got traded. But you guys need to relax. Baez and Bryant, they ooh-hoo. We got great returns.
It'd be
We
nice
got a
for
great
Chris
return for
Bryant.
Baez. Like Chris Bryant, I like Chris Bryant, but I'll be honest, who cares? It's Chris Bryant. It's not Anthony Rizzo. Anthony Rizzo
Right.
has been here for a long time. Anyways, here's what we're supposed to be talking about. Is the deals we got, or like the returns we got. First of all, the first trade I want to talk about is the Andrew Chafin trade. I don't think you guys think we
Oh my
forgot
God,
about
how could
that.
I forget about Andrew
We,
Chafin?
we didn't touch on every trade.
I know.
We
Well, I
just
mean,
sort of
he
major
wasn't
ones,
like a
but
big headline. He wasn't a
Right.
big headline,
Well, for
but
us he was, because Andrew Chafin. But anyway.
oh yeah,
internally,
Andrew
Chafin wasn't
Andrew
was a
Chafin
headline.
is beloved around here. But anyways, the Cubs dealt Chafin to the A's, who are in big need of bullpen help for their number 9 prospect, Greg Deichmann. Now, Eichmann is actually in the majors right now. I don't know if you guys knew that, but he just got called up a couple days ago, and yeah, I mean, he hasn't like done anything yet, but he got his first RBI tonight, so that was kind of exciting. But the Cubs
That's
got,
cool.
I think the Cubs won this trade. I think that was a big trade that you get the A's number 9 prospect for an eighth inning guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's a
no, and
pretty that
Chafin is a free agent at the end of the season.
yeah, and I think the Cubs can re-sign him. I mean, I'd welcome him back, even if his ERA is like only like 4. I mean, he's Andrew Chafin, he's a legend. But anyways,
Well,
next
not
trade,
to mention, like, it's not like the Cubs exactly
right?
have
He-
bullpen help under 4 ERA
right.
right
I
now.
mean, he's not gonna cost much. I mean, what could it hurt? But anyways,
Yeah,
next
few
trade,
million.
the next big trade. I mean, would you guys consider Ryan Tepera like kind of a big trade?
Perennial MVP candidate
Perennial
Ryan
MVP
Tepera.
candidate. Yeah, for that we'll talk about him. But I mean,
yeah. No,
I mean,
I
Blue
like
Jays
the
legend
pair.
Ryan Tepera.
Blue Jays legend, right? But anyways, like he was basically like you had the three-headed monster. You had Ryan Tepera as like your seventh inning guy. You had Chafin as your eighth inning guy, and then you had the best closer in baseball come in to close out the ninth.
The
And
Right.
three from the no hitter, obviously.
Tepera was basically a right-handed version of Andrew Chafin. He had just similar stats. They were both dominant. I mean, they both had like ERAs in the ones. He got a monthly card and MLB The Show, but
Of
Cubs
course.
only got
That's what
the
all.
White
That's all that
Sox.
matters.
Yeah, right. The Cubs only got the White Sox
Wrong podcast.
23rd ranked prospect. I think it was like Bailey Horn. I wasn't a fan of this. I wasn't. I mean, then again, it is just Ryan Tepera, so it really isn't a big deal at all. Like they signed him really late in the offseason, if I remember correctly. Uh,
Yeah.
they they brought him back either really early in the offseason or really late. But I mean, it's Ryan Tepera, so I'm not gonna lose
Yeah.
sleep over it.
And
But I wish we could have gotten a better return.
yeah, but I mean, Tapera was kind of a surprise with his
Right. Yeah.
performance this year, obviously. But
I mean, Chafin too. No one expected
right, yeah,
Chafin to have an
Chafin,
ERA of 1.6.
right,
Like
Andrew Chafin just kind of like,
it's kind of like a meme player. It's and here he comes, striking out everybody.
yeah, he just kind of did it. He did his thing.
Right. And the next one, I mean, uh, we'll talk about Rizzo. Uh, this one hurts, but I mean,
Not
Rizzo's
for
already
me.
beloved by Yankees fans. I mean, I like that he's killing it in New York. I love it,
Hope he
but
gets better with
and I
COVID.
think right, yeah. Also, big shout out, yeah. Thanks, COVID, but also let's I mean, Rizzo's terrible. Like you trade Rizzo, that's terrible. I don't care how well he's doing or how bad he's doing. I still hate that they traded Rizzo, but from the looks of it, they weren't gonna re-sign him. Like I don't know if you guys heard all the stuff from with the beef with him and Cubs GM Jed Hoyer. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and I think that the them trading Rizzo from the looks of things wasn't as bad as an idea as it was because, like I said, he probably wasn't going to re-sign with them, so you might as well trade him and get something out of it.
As
I
with
still
the
hate
rest
that
of
they
the
traded
Cubs.
Rizzo though. I still hate it,
Oh yeah.
but
I don't think anyone would like, trading that man because just
yeah,
not even if he's doing bad, he's just a good person to have on the field in the clubhouse.
yeah,
Good
I agree, hundred
personality,
percent.
fun guy.
Yeah,
As was with the whole core, really. They were just
right.
good
Yeah,
players that
I agree.
also liked having fun.
Mhm. But I think the big thing is, I think people are really sleeping on the return they got for Rizzo. I don't think they got a bad return. I don't think it
I'm
was
gonna be
like
honest. I don't know the return for Rizzo.
it was Alexander Vizcaino. I think that was their number 9
Hmm.
prospect, the Yankees number 9 prospect, and then Kevin Alcantara. That was
Yeah,
a pretty solid.
Alcantara's.
Alcantara's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's the
Uh,
big one.
I really liked the Bryce Ball acquisition.
Yes. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about that. Uh, Cubs traded my favorite player, Jock, to the Braves for Bryce Ball. I didn't mind that at all. I think that was a great pickup. Uh,
yeah.
Jock had no use for us. Might as well pick up us. He wasn't even that. I mean,
Jock was
he
just
killed
Schwarber
it.
replacement,
It
really.
Jock was really just Schwarber. Like
Yeah.
you basically traded like listen, you traded a dude that only hits righties
Schwarber making the
for
catchers so inventory.
right. You basically traded a dude who only hits righties and plays an glove for a dude who killed it in his first year as a minor leaguer. Okay, sign me up. Sign me up. But
Yeah.
anyways, back to the Rizzo thing. Yeah, Alcantara's pretty good, and I
Yeah.
think a lot of people were more sad that Rizzo's gone than focusing on the return that
Well,
the Cubs
right.
got.
As we're with most of just any of the trades, like they're like, oh
Right?
no, they
Yeah, yeah,
traded
yeah.
Rizzo, Brian
They
Javi
traded
for
Rizzo. I'm like,
who
they got an
cares?
excellent return. What are you talking
Oh no,
about?
they got
Quit
minor
crying.
leaguers. They're not gonna make the
They
World
got
Series
minor
this season. They
leaguers.
weren't gonna do it with the
Right.
core
They weren't
anyway,
gonna
so
do it
who
anyway. I get it.
cares?
You're sad. I get it that the past 10 years, actually 10's in a stretch, but like the past like 6 or so years of Cubs baseball is gone. That era is out the door. Who cares? New era, new World Series
It's
championship. I'm
Right.
calling. I'm
stupid
calling
for
2026
developing
World Champs.
personal relationships with
ten
the
years after the
players.
10
Yep.
years after the last one, or it'll be 100 years, one or the other.
Completely different team.
If it's not 10, it's
But
100.
anyways, next, Kimbrel, the Kimbrel trade. Like, I mean, you guys touched on this already. So I'm not gonna go too deep into it. I think the Cubs won this trade. I don't care. Like, the White Sox got a great return out of this. This is kind of like the same situation the Cubs were in with Chapman. The Cubs gave up like way too much, but was it worth it? Absolutely, 100%. The Yankees, I don't think
Well,
it's
looking
like
back, do you really want Gleber back?
no, I really don't. I think the Cubs won the trade. I mean, at the time though, like you got to look at it at the time though. Glaber was our number one prospect.
Yeah, and
Billy
like
McKinney was in the big in the organization too.
Blue Jays legend Billy McKinney.
Blue freaking Billy McKinney, bro. And then
Shout out
Adam
Dave.
Warren.
Actually,
Freaking Adam
fun Billy
Warren.
McKinney fact: his broken bats are on sale at Rogers Center for $100.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yo, Steel.
Right.
You can sell that for like
I
$4.
almost bought the Danny Jansen one. There were Danny Jansen ones that were 250. I
Oh man.
considered it.
Should have. Just for the
I got
memes.
I got a Biggio rookie card instead though, so I'm not gonna
Uh,
complain.
yeah. But yeah, I think Kimbrel was an excellent reliever. But I will say this: don't think he's gonna work out for the Sox. Now listen to this.
Hmm.
This is a big hot take. He's not gonna work out for the Sox. He is terrible in non-save situations. He showed that he showed that a lot with the Cubs in 2019 and a little bit this year because well, let's look at Andrew Romine. I mean, it was a save situation, but it's a 4-0 game in the eighth. No, excuse me, it was a 4-1 game in the eighth. Kimbrel has no business being in that game. Why would you bring in Craig Kimbrel? Tony, like, you had a couple too many beers a few days ago. Why would you bring in Craig Kimbrel in
Lol
that game?
Cubs.
You have Aaron Bummer. You have Garrett Crochet. You have Michael
Or not
Kopech.
Cubs, White Sox. I am tired.
Yeah, yeah, no pun intended. But
But
I
yeah.
think, I mean, he's still going to be solid, but he's not going to be 0.4 ERA. His ERA is already in the ones again. Thanks to
No, and then
Andrew
also
Romine.
a division change sometimes
Yeah,
throws players off, division league change, things like that. Oh, necessarily not moving cities though, so
I
we'll see
still
how that
think,
plays out.
like I said, I still think he's going to be good, but I don't think he's going to be worth Nick Madrigal and Cody Hoyer.
Oh yeah, no.
But
So you still have
he's,
just the
it's,
hobby trade to talk about, right?
yeah.
And KB. Or
And
did you?
yeah, and
Oh, that's
the
right.
last
That's
two.
right.
Let's talk about Hobby first because that was before the KB trade. Cubs fleeced. I don't care what anyone else says. The Cubs fleeced the
Yeah, I think
Mets.
you're on the same
It's
page as
Oh
what we
yeah.
were talking about
we're
earlier.
anyone who says the Cubs didn't fleece the Mets are don't really know much about what they're talking about. The Cubs
PCA
got
is
yeah,
6 months of
PCA is
hobby
gonna be
and
legit.
nothing.
PCA is gonna be very good.
PCA is freaking awesome. I actually have a clip saved on my PlayStation. Do I still have it? I don't know, but I might still have it because I was in a party with Slimeboat, Caleb, Johnny, Myers. Who else? It was another person. Toe. No, was Toe in it? I don't know. I don't. But anyways, I know those few. Uh, obviously, you guys know Slime and Caleb are really big Mets fans, and when I told them they got Javi, they were like, well, they were if I remember, like they weren't. Like they were like, oh okay, like he gets to play with Lindor now. That was the big thing for them. I'm glad he
Yeah.
gets to play with Lindor now too. I'm happy for Baez. Still glad he's gone. Mets fans get to suffer the same pain I went through, watching that bum. But he like, it's Like, I was freaking out because I'm like, oh, Pete Crow Armstrong, are you serious?
Yeah, that
Jed, you
was
son of a gun. Jed murdering everything in his path. That was the quote I said that day. Jed is murdering everything in his path. And he
Yeah,
was.
no,
Jed had no feelings that
yeah.
those 2 days. Jed did not give two flying flips about what you think.
like I said, I was actually at work deadline day, um,
Oh.
and I was just kind of at the time. For those that don't know, I worked in a restaurant. I was
Mm.
rolling like cutlery up with napkins, and I just had Twitter out in front of me, refreshing it every few seconds there. And once I saw the return the Cubs were getting, I was very confused. Actually, I had to double check that Hobby wasn't a free agent this year.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
he
was just Met.
I don't know.
I don't know what the Mets are
Yeah, I
doing.
thought it was impossible. But there's the big thing. I love it that Mets fans, like, I don't care if you're a Mets fan in here. I'm gonna talk smack about your team real quick, okay? Uh,
Yeah,
y-
Slime, cover your
they,
ears.
here we go.
This
So,
might be
oh,
listened to
our
enough
Lord and
by
Savior,
himself.
Steve Cohen, our Lord and Savior. It's impossible to what's his name? Sandy Alderson, is that their GM's name? I know his name's Sandy, but it's impossible. It's impossible to fleece Sandy. There's no way they'd fall for a bad trade like that. Oh, you just gave
Gets
up your number
fleeced.
fifth prospect for a dude who hits 240. Actually, worse, 220.
If
Come
it, all
on,
right, if
dude.
this was like 2015, good
Yeah,
trade.
trade. If
But
this
it's
is
2021.
2018, good trade. It's
Right.
2021. Baez is gonna hit 30 home runs. Okay, cool.
He's
Now
also gonna hit
Baez is
like
hurt.
200, and he's hurt.
Also, let's not forget Baez is hurt. So if that doesn't have fleece written all over it, yeah.
Well, we
But
got to see if PCA just
PCA
he
doesn't
could
pan out,
just
who
implode.
cares?
You
I'm
never
Like
know.
higher.
if
I am higher on Pete Crow Armstrong than I am on Austin Martin.
Well, yeah,
mm, yeah, that's yeah. But
And
PCA is
I'll
a
be
good
honest, I always
prospect.
have been. I know
yeah.
Austin
There's
Martin
always a
doesn't have,
tiny
like
bit
I
of
said,
risk though
doesn't
with
have the power.
prospects, but
I mean, yeah, that's the thing about prospects is, I mean, that's why
Lottery ticket, baby.
yep. Um,
like I mean, Dansby
okay,
Swanson was a #1 draft pick.
yeah, and then they traded him for, was it Shelby Miller? Is that who it was?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
I mean, Dansby Swanson isn't a bad player, but he's not, first overall.
yeah. All right, we have two more trades for the Cubs. We have Mr. Chris
Marisnik.
Bryant. Oh, Chris Bryant. Marisnik was after Bryant, but Chris
Resnick's like
Bryant
whatever.
going to Chris Bryant was going to the Giants. Not Chris. George, big Giants fan.
Jorge.
He was Mr. Jorge. He was super hyped about Bryant. I'm like, hey man, I'm happy for you. Chris Bryant's pretty good. Like, I like the Giants. Giants are a likable team. I mean,
Especially
except for
when they're
Dodgers
playing like
and
it's
Padres fans.
2016.
Yeah, like Chris Bryant.
Not
Yeah, he's a fun
2016.
player. He can
2015
play
rather. 14.
everywhere in the field. Giants need a big bat. There, hey Giants, will help you out. I'm happy for George. I like George, and I'm glad they get a nice player.
Yeah.
But Cubs, I
Yeah, I've
mean,
got some
a lot of
Giants friends,
a
and
lot of
they were psyched.
yeah, but I think a lot of Cubs fans are freaking out because, I mean, you talked about this earlier, that the Cubs are going to be getting Joey Bart and Lamonte Wade Jr. I'm like, oh my gosh,
That would have
what?
been crazy.
Like what?
Again, like that's
Jed?
sort of the reason why it was there
I
by
don't
the
know.
bad. It
I
was
was talking to some
disappointing.
Cubs fans, or to one Cubs fan in particular, who even then thought it was an L. Even still, with if it was Lamonte Wade and
What?
Bart.
Yo,
I thought
all
I
right.
told you about this.
That's no, you. I don't think you did, but whoever
Yeah.
that is, that person,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they were
I have a
'cause they
few
were just
choice
mad
words to
about
say that, man.
JB.
I mean, I
Cubs
get it at
fans are
KB.
just off-brand Yankees fans for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a rare one that actually has some logic. That's why I'm not.
Oh
I mean, I
yeah,
was sad about
no.
Rizzo, but I wasn't sad about the other two. But
Yeah, actually, no, I
uh,
actually found they said not good enough, not Luciano added to it. There's no winning, trading your
oh
entire team. Surprised we
gosh,
didn't trade
dude.
Wilson too.
Yeah,
Yeah, that guy doesn't know
now
what
I
he's
have to
talking about.
say, uh,
Yeah, they were just mad.
I get it, you're mad, but you have no idea what you're talking about. But anyways, I mean, Levante Wade Jr.'s OPS is like 900. It's
Yeah,
insane.
but to be fair, that's not even the actual trade. That didn't happen. So
Yeah, it
yeah.
didn't happen. We got
So
Killian and what's his name?
Canario.
What's his name?
Canario is the bigger
Canario.
piece.
Canario. Yeah, Canario was. Killian's good too, man. He's really good. He's in Double A, I think, right now. But like he's gonna
My
be
Cubs
pretty
are my
good.
Cubs, baby.
The Cubs, I think they targeted. They didn't get many like top guys besides Pete Crow Armstrong, but
They had a lot of good under the radar guys.
they got really good under the radar guys, and then they're all
I'd argue
destined.
that Bryce Ball is up there.
Bryce Bryce Ball, yeah, I think I like the Bryce Ball acquisition for Peterson, but yeah, I think.
Anyways,
Anyways, yeah, I think Cubs. And I think it's hard to say if the Cubs won this trade or not. I'm gonna lean no,
it's yet to be seen.
it's only because Chris Bryant could get you so much more value. Listen, he hits, what's he hitting, like 260 right now? He's hitting 260. He's gonna hit like 30 home runs. His OPS is like 800, and he can play third, first, left, center, and right, and he can play shortstop for you if in emergency.
Yeah,
What
he's
is
You
that?
never know.
That
You
has
never know.
top. Yeah, you can get so much more for Chris Bryant.
I wouldn't be
But
shocked if he also saw some time at second base.
why not? Chris
yeah.
Bryant can play center field.
Who is their second baseman? The Giants.
That's
Solano.
what I was
Solano.
gonna say.
Okay.
Donovan
Eh,
Solano gets hurt. He's a versatile player. Things like that. You never know.
Yeah,
Chris Bryant could see some time.
that's why it's so big having a guy like Chris Bryant. But
Um.
um,
So,
yeah,
do
the
you
only thing
want to get into detail about the Marisnik trade, or are we gonna?
yes,
okay.
because
All right.
they got their number 9 prospect,
Yeah, for Jake
Jake
fucking
Marisnik.
Merzlik. Like,
Thought it was impossible to fleece the Padres. I thought it was impossible, but also I will note that Espinoza, the guy the Cubs got, has Tommy John issues. So there's a reason
At
there's
the
a reason why
same
the Padres are
time,
getting rid
though.
of him. So
I
At the
mean,
same
I mean
time,
it is what it
though,
is. It's
we've
Jake
seen like
Marisnik.
but
Walker
lol
Buehler got
Padres
better
thought they
after.
were getting Scherzer there.
Getting
They
Scherzer,
got
and
they
then
got trolled, bro.
they got stuck with Jake freaking Marisnik, baby.
Jake Merzlik and
So,
Daniel.
Yeah,
all being said, to wrap up the Cubs rant, I'm assuming
right.
Bird is buying
I am
the Cubs.
buying. I love what Jed did. I think a lot of Cubs fans are, like I said, I think they're sad. I'm sad too. I watched these guys play for
Entire
since
career.
2014 almost. Like, well, I mean,
Yeah.
Bryant came up in 2015, but Baez was up. Well, Baez is up for a little bit, and Rizzo's been up for a little bit too. I'm sad, but dude, they got such a great return.
Yeah, that was
I'm
a very
buying
good return.
hard.
It was
I'm
very
gonna go ahead and say I was also buying even before.
yes.
Yeah,
Cubs rebuild is looking very, very, very good. Yeah, it's
very good.
sad. Yeah, rest in peace to old core. Rest in peace to World
Yeah,
Series. But they weren't getting anywhere with that core, and they were free agents. They were gonna walk at the end
agreed.
of the season or
All
next
three of them
season.
were gonna walk.
Right.
Well, now that we know that, like Jed Hoyer, like came out and said, like, yeah, we probably weren't gonna sign all those guys. I love it even more because he knew that like these guys aren't coming back.
Right. That was
Let's
like
trade all three, get a good return, and be competitive again in 2 years.
yeah. Do the
People who
opposite of what the Rockies do. That's all you have to do. Just
I don't know what the
don't do
Rockies
what
are
the
doing.
Rockies
Yeah.
do. Just don't
No,
be the
it
Rockies, and you'll win.
looks as though the Cubs are sort of trying to do what Toronto did in like 2017, flip the players that have their value, like Donaldson, and try to initiate the rebuild as quickly as possible.
Right.
And that's what they're doing. And you just
Yeah.
gotta hope that they don't rush it a little bit.
Right.
'Cause They
Don't
they
rush it a
could
little
they could
too
screw it
much.
up, but I don't
Hope
see
they
that
got the
happening.
right prospects, things like that.
But again, that's
Yeah,
also like
like
a lottery and a roll of the dice. Like that is
So,
random. Like
right. Yeah. Also,
obviously having good facilities and
um,
just being a good team helps with that. Like
mhm.
being the Dodgers and being able to turn dust into gold. Same with the Rays
The
or
Padres, the A's,
Padres, any of those
Brewers.
teams.
People sleep on the Brewers. The Brewers are turning Rowdy Tellez, Willie Adames, and Omar Narvaez into Reggie Stocker. Like, what is
Right,
happening right
yeah,
now?
into like studs. The Brewers are scary.
Yeah,
anyways,
they're insane. But
so we're all buying the Cubs
we're all
trade.
buying
Oh,
on
for
this
sure, yeah.
after my 30-minute
Yeah, I think
explanation of
half the
why
podcast is just
of the
you
podcast.
talking
But it's
about.
necessary. It's
Yeah.
very
That's
necessary.
all right,
So
because we've got some quick ones going off here.
Yeah.
Ramon Laureano and his 80-game PED suspension.
Clown.
Hmm. Bro,
I
his
don't know
statement
how
was
to
so
feel.
comical.
It was
I
bad. It
I
was.
didn't. I don't know how they got in my body. Shut up, dude.
Yeah,
You
no,
would.
I'm
Did someone
Just be
selling
quiet.
shove
Ramon
it down your
Laureano's
throat while you're
stock.
sleeping? Like, no.
Or your butt, like.
Or yeah, the
Yeah,
suppositories. Yeah.
no, I
Here,
think
yeah, it's
I'm
bad.
selling
Girl was
Ramon
getting a little
Laureano
freaky.
stock.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's just screw Ramon. You're dumb.
So again, we're
Yep.
on the same page. Selling Ramon. Um,
Lol Mets.
the Mets. Are we buying or are we selling?
They're
The New York Mets. The abundance of ridiculousness that they have
I'm
been through.
selling. Alright, they're falling apart. They're not. Well, they might make the playoffs. They might make a wild card, maybe. No, probably
Nope.
not. Never mind. They're not making the wild card. The wild card is the entire NL West. I forgot.
Yeah,
I said
no.
this. I said this at
They're
the
not
beginning of
winning.
the
They're
year.
falling apart.
I, s- I, I said this at the beginning of the year. I think the Phillies are going to win the division. I
Yeah.
look at that. Look at
I
my
think it.
hot take. My hot takes are en fuego.
I think it goes
They're
Phillies, Braves, Mets. I think Mets finish third.
Mets finished third.
I think
Interesting.
honestly, unless Degrom, doesn't get
Well,
hurt again.
we also have to realize Degrom's going to come back. Well, when's Degrom coming back? Like September.
September. So it's
Okay,
gonna be
yeah,
hard.
that's
It's gonna
that's
be
a little.
hard.
Well, the Phillies need to take advantage. Baez is out now. Baez is gonna be out for a little bit, man. Lindor's still gonna be out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, so I'm also selling that stock.
I'm
I can
selling.
see them
Yeah.
ending in a second or third range.
So
Yeah.
funny watching them collapse though. No cap.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh God.
so one jersey of a player who's been traded. For example, I will go first. I am selling on this one, and I am selling my blue Baez jersey because I like the flair. I like everything that Javi Baez brings to the table, but he ain't a Cub anymore, and I like him a lot less.
I
Right.
actually don't have a jersey I don't have a jersey to sell of a player that got traded. I only have, I think,
So buy one.
yeah, I'm gonna buy a Rizzo jersey. That's what I'm doing.
There you go.
I'm buying a Rizzo jersey. That's my plan.
And
If I can find one.
But
Bird's got
yeah,
one to round it out here.
I ironically don't have a play. I don't have a jersey of. Well, I know I have a Tony one. I have a Players Weekend Rizzo one.
I mean, you could
Um,
still choose to buy.
yeah, I don't know if I don't know, man. Make it a Madrigal one. Give me a Madrigal, dude. I love me
Sure.
Nick Madrigal. Yeah,
It'll just be
but
weird buying
yeah,
a
it's
jersey for
I
Rizzo
and
that's
mean,
not
again, I
44.
got yeah, I know I have a Justin Fields jersey about like 3 months after he got drafted into the NFL, and he
right.
hasn't even taken an NFL snap yet. So I
Well,
mean,
yeah, but Justin Fields type train.
Now, to be
Justin Fields
fair,
hype train for real.
if I were buying, I would grab a nice little gray Barrios jersey, as it's the only Jays colorway I don't have.
Right.
All right, yeah.
Here's my opinion on this. I think
Uh,
if the player is a free agent, becoming a free agent, example Bryant, Baez, Rizzo, I would not get it because
oh yeah,
why?
no, dude.
I mean, it, especially like a good example is Rizzo. I don't know if he's gonna go back to New York. He's probably not gonna come back to the Cubs, sadly. But New York, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's gonna stay there.
Yeah, no, well, and
But
that's also part of the reason why I'm selling Baez is
yes,
because he may not even stay with New York, and I like him significantly less than
yep.
he was in New
Yeah.
York.
I
Loved him as a Cub. He was like just everything that, like, that um energy embodied was
right.
Javi doing something insane. Like, what's he doing now? What shit is he disturbing? Um,
Yep.
but
Five
yeah,
strikeout
no.
game. Now, now if a team traded for a player, I know there were Josh Donaldson rumors. You guys remember, like, hey, I mean, trade Josh Donaldson, but he has like what 3 years left on his contract. If
Yeah.
they traded him, I'd be fine with you getting a jersey. Like, he's gonna be there for a while. Go for it. I mean,
No,
I don't want to be walking around. Like, I almost got a Jock Peterson like jersey, like a little shirt.
Yeah.
Glad I
yeah,
didn't get that.
I'm actually wearing my LeMahieu shirt right now,
Mm.
as a matter of
But
fact.
I'm gonna sell though. I don't think it's. I wouldn't do it right away.
Yeah. I'm hopping
what
on
do
Rizzo hype
you?
train, even though we might not keep him, but I want him.
Heck yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, Rizzo's an excuse. We'll give Rizzo an excuse for this one.
Rizzo is
No, no,
Rizzo.
the
I love
last
Rizzo.
one.
I even loved him when
Yeah.
I would watch like all like the Cubs YouTube videos,
Oh,
like
for
the
sure.
uh
There's actually no free ads, but there's a great little documentary about the Cubs rebuild from like the 2000s,
I watched that. That was a good
It's
2015.
video.
like it's like
That was a good
40
video.
minutes. It's an excellent video.
That
Yeah,
is
Like
a
it
yeah,
has like
beautiful
the
video. A
it has
lot
like
I
of
an
watch a lot
Olympics
during
the
online
like
courses.
the Olympic song
yeah.
uh
A lot of the
playing in the
videos that I've
background.
watched on YouTube for about baseball have been about the Cubs in all honesty. Kerry Wood
Again, though, no
video,
free
that
ads.
video,
No
Mhm.
free
all
ads.
the funny
No
videos
free
with
ads.
Rizzo and Bryant. It's just
No free ads.
yeah.
Right.
Pay
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
And the last
Pay our
one,
channel with like
again,
4 subs.
for the buyer sell. Every week we'll try to have a little more fun with at least one of the topics. Maybe a little less baseball related, maybe a little more just other things that make us laugh, make us have a good time.
Oh boy.
The Rock is doing a movie currently, and it is
Rock is
based
making a
on
movie.
the Disney attraction of the Jungle Cruise. Now, I don't think either of the three of us have seen this movie. Would I be correct?
No, I have not,
And
but I'm
nor do
gonna
I.
say bye because it's The Rock.
I don't even want to watch the movie. I haven't
I'm
seen
not
much
gonna
about
watch
it.
the movie. I don't want to watch the movie, but it's Rock the Dwayne Johnson, so of course.
Eh.
I named one of my Madden players at once Rock the Dwayne Johnson, then I traded him to Toe.
W.
Uh,
But
I
yeah,
will also be selling because I do not want the Jungle Cruise to be ruined by a Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt movie.
Rock.
like I don't mind him as an actor, but in children's movies I do mind him. I don't.
That's what I mean. Like,
He's not a good
Exactly.
fine.
he's not a
He's
good
fine in
children
Fast
actor.
and
He's too
Furious.
intimidating, but
It's like
also
when
not
Vin Diesel
funny.
did the pacifier. You know what I mean? Like Vin Diesel in the pacifier. It's just like
It just
almost comes off as creepy and threatening.
yeah. Oh yeah, he's like 300 pounds of pure muscle playing a kids movie, or like Arnold Schwarzenegger playing what the hell is that movie called?
Oh, kindergarten, some
Yeah, yeah,
kindergarten,
yeah, yeah. It
preschool. Fuck,
some
what is it? Kindergarten cop.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. It just doesn't look right. It doesn't fit.
There is something inherently wrong about casting a 250 pound, 6'5" human
Hunk of
priest
muscle. Just
It's like it's
to
like
be in a movie where he's gonna be bossing kids
it's
around.
like one of those cartoons of like you got like that big fat muscular dude who's just absolutely jacked and is like sitting at a tea party with
yeah.
like holding the teeny tiny like play toy cup with like a 4-year-old dude, like a 4-year-old girl,
A
like
4-year-old dude. Yeah.
4-year-old dude. I don't know why I said dude. I've just been saying dude all night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It'd be
dude.
like
4-year-old dude.
it's like casting John Cena in Daddy Daycare. It's just something that would just put me off.
Right. That was a good conversation.
Yeah. Well, let's
Anyways,
laugh at the Cardinals for tripping over each other. Haha.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, and let's just have the Cardinals for being bad.
Let's just laugh at the Cardinals for being Cardinals.
Poverty franchise. Lol.
Hey, lol,
I'm just kidding.
Cardinals.
Anyways, thank you, Bird, for joining us. That was the last of our
Absolutely.
fire
That was
sale for
fun.
tonight.
This was a fun
We'll be
podcast.
Sorry
sure
for
to have
taking
you
up all your
back
time on my
soon.
rant.
That is fine. That's why we had you on here.
I
But
should have
yeah.
prepared everyone here that it was going to be a
Oh,
long
I
rant.
knew it was gonna take a while. But yeah.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Javi has
just a
been
little bit
on the
longer
thumb in
pod
the
for
thumb.
everyone since we did miss last week. So
Yeah.
just a nice little longer one this
Nice
week.
long podcast. Almost an hour. Going on
Ooh,
Mm.
going on 59 minutes right now. But yeah,
there you
looking
go.
I'm realizing Javi has been on the thumbnail and in the
Yeah,
background of both podcasts so far. So
good for
Oh,
Hobby.
yeah,
Friend of the
Javi's
pod, Hobby Bias.
yeah, yeah. Let's
so
get
overrated
Javi
player in
Baez on.
baseball is getting the posters.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll
Poster
see
boy.
you later, Bird.
Yeah,
All right. Peace
we'll
out,
finish
everybody.
this off. Yeah. See
Gotta
you,
go
Bird.
pee.
Oh.
Bye.
Yeah. All
All
right.
right,
Well,
so we'll just have a look at standings, what's going on lately, and a bit of an end of season preview, and then we'll get out of here.
yeah.
So we'll start with the AL East. Blue Jays are hot, 8-2 in their last 10. Yankees are also hot, 8-2 in their last 10. Red Sox very cold, 2-8,
Yeah, Yankees
and
just
the
lost
Rays
their
are also 8-2.
yeah, Yankees just lost their 5-game winning streak as well. But yeah, no, the AL East is looking pretty
on
pretty
fuego.
close. This is it's getting
Yeah,
interesting. It's gonna be an interesting end of the season.
I
All
know.
top four teams are in contention, and then there's the
I,
Orioles.
I could genuinely see the wild card being two of the Red Sox, Yankees, or Blue Jays.
I think it will be. I think it'll be Yankees Red Sox. Honestly,
Yeah, I
Blue Jays have a
mean,
shot. I mean, 7 games back. Obviously, I don't know how many games back the wild card. I clicked the wrong
three,
standings. They're
three of
three.
the wild card.
All right.
And obviously, actually, Oakland and Boston are tied for the wild card right
Yeah,
now.
but yeah, I think
Jays
this will
just gained
definitely be
two
interesting.
games on the Red Sox actually,
Yeah,
being 8-2 in the last homestand. So fantastic things from the Jays and Yankees. Very worried about the Red Sox. I think the Rays have the division. I don't think that's much of a conversation.
yeah. The Red Sox are gonna just collapse like they usually do. Well, not usually,
That's
but
very possible.
they're gonna
It
just
is.
collapse. Uh, AL
Um,
Central. White
talking.
Sox running away with the division.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, the Cleveland team
yeah.
doesn't look like they have much energy in the wild card.
Honestly, the
And
Tigers
apart
are
from
hot.
that, Tigers are
Never
hot.
mind, they lost. Well, they're 5-5 in
Tigers,
their last 10, and I
yeah.
think they're
So
what? They're something good. Since the All-Star break, they are still doing very well. Better
but
than they did
at
before
the
the
same
All-Star break.
time, let's be honest, the White Sox are the only team in the
Oh
league, and
yeah,
also
no,
the
I'm
only
not
team with a
denying that, but
positive run differential. The next closest is Cleveland,
yeah, I
who
mean, I'm
has a
saying the Tigers might get
31.
second place. Might.
Yeah, no, what's interesting to me is four teams in the AL East have a positive run differential, and four teams in the Central have a negative. So that's
Yeah, the Central is just wow. But
having a look at the West.
yeah, Houston.
Houston, they've I'd say they're pretty much gonna take the division. I
I
don't
mean,
see
it's
Oakland.
it's 2 games. 2 games is 2 games. But like, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Houston has the best shot. I don't think
I also
Houston's making a statement with
for
that.
some reason I see a very likely regression for the Athletics.
Yeah,
I know they're coming to the Rogers Center there later this month and trying to grab more tickets. Uh, but that will be interesting to watch out, see how that plays out.
I just don't think I don't know. I believe in Oakland, but I Houston has the drive right now
Oh,
and the
for sure.
team. They're trying to prove something, make some noise after, the whole cheating scandal. First full
Yeah,
season
no.
since that.
And
Uh,
obviously Astros and A's are the only teams with positive run differentials there. Don't
they're the
count out
only
the
teams that have
Mariners
a
though.
shot. I mean, the Mariners could make sneak in a wild card. I mean, dropping
But at the
three
same
against the
time,
Yankees isn't the way you wanna
they did just
commit.
drop three against the Yankees, and that will be very difficult, especially as I believe they may have the Blue Jays coming up here um, shortly as well, who's another close team with them.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
but I mean, five and a
the
half
Jays will
back of the
stop
wild
in
card
Seattle.
are Seattle.
Jays will stop in Seattle
So
in, from the 13th to the 15th. That's coming up
it'll definitely be interesting. Very.
for sure.
Yeah, and then there's
So
LA and Texas, which yeah, they're there.
as of right
They're
now,
there.
um, my American League predictions will be that the divisions stay the same and the wild card pans out to be. Um, I'm not going to commit to anything, but I'd say the Yankees, Red Sox, and Blue Jays will be three teams that will inherit two of those spots.
Yeah, the AL East will be the wild card, I believe.
Yeah,
Unless the Yankees and Blue Jays implode.
I don't. They're the two teams that I don't see imploding. In fact, I think the Red Sox and the A's have a much higher chance of doing so.
Oh yeah, no, I believe that, but you never know. It could happen. But
For sure. And moving on to the National League.
yeah,
What does that mean?
Phillies and
Starting in the
Braves.
East? Yeah.
Mets just kind of
Um.
first time out of first place since like May 20th or something.
Oh yeah, something crazy. And not to mention again, very interesting from the NL East. Only one team above, sorry, with a positive run differential. And I don't know if you're looking at the standings right now, but you want to take a guess who that is?
I can see who it is. It's Atlanta.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
No,
Atlanta,
I'm looking.
which is surprising. I mean,
But yeah, I mean the
Phillies
NL
are
East is
hot.
just a horrible division. It's just terrible.
I mean, Phillies are hot, 8-2. Mets
Bra-
are not, 2-8.
2-8 is kind of a little little bad.
Yeah, no. I think the NL East is very transparent. I think that it'll be the Phillies that end up coming out of that. Mets in
Yeah.
two,
I mean,
most likely. Um, and the Braves hang around there, but I don't think that they will do too
yeah,
much.
without Acuna, this it's gonna be hard. But I mean, they're
Yeah,
showing, signs of that they could be that, you know, they won't make the playoffs, but they could be in second
yeah,
place.
for sure. And I think we're both going to agree that the NL West is going to occupy the wild card spots, so there's not
Yeah,
anything to
Dodgers,
worry about with the
Padres are
NL
gonna be the
East.
wild card. I think. I don't. I think
Yeah,
The Giants stay ahead of the Dodgers.
yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, let's go with a little wonky route here. We've already got on the West, so Giants 7-3 in their last 10, so they look like they'll hold a similar pace. First team to 70 wins. I got the 71st today. They ended up
71 and
beating the
41,
Dodgers
very
after
good
being
record.
down 4-2 and
Yeah.
facing Walker Buehler, so good for them. Um, Dodgers only 4 games back. I don't think that matters. I think they're definitely going to be the first wild card. Padres got to be careful. The only team that's competing with them really is Cincinnati,
Yeah.
who are hot as well, 8-2.
The
And
National League is just really being ruled by like four teams.
oh yeah, no, and Cincinnati is hot though. They're only
Yeah.
2.5 games back. They could make a run at it. Um,
Yeah.
and again, nice little segue into the Central. So we've seen Milwaukee pretty commanding lead
Yeah.
there.
I don't think anyone gains on Milwaukee really. Just
Yeah,
they're
and the
making
thing to
some
watch
noise.
is that Cincinnati, like I said, 5 game winning streak, 8-2 in the last 10, could try to slip in that wild card spot. I don't think it's likely, but it'll make it an interesting race.
Yeah, it'll be something to watch. Cubs, Cardinals, Pirates, they're not
Yeah, I
making the
mean,
playoffs. They're looking
the
a couple
the
years
Cardinals
out.
look dead in the water and just generally exhausted and not beaten down, but almost frustrated with mediocrity. Um,
Yeah, they're just not
the Iowa Cubs lost and been 2-8 with a streak of lose 4. Not what you want to see from them.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
they're not really making much noise this season. What 14 and a half games back.
yeah,
They're just
no, it's yeah,
and then
the
there's
Cubs are
Pittsburgh,
my
which
Cubs.
is it's funny.
Yeah, no, it's the
Pittsburgh
NL
just,
Central's pretty transparent.
yeah,
I
most of the
think
National League is honestly. The only foggy part is NL West where Dodgers have a shot, but I mean, if they don't win the division with like I don't think they win the division honestly, but if they don't, it's kind of sad with the,
yeah, no,
big
and I just
acquisitions that they've made. But I believe Justin Turner
just
is now hurt, I think.
possibly
Yeah, he's gonna miss a few days with a groin injury. He left today.
and just to give you a bit of a rundown before we head out here, uh, Jays beat the Red Sox in the weekend series. Rays did the same to the Orioles. Phillies swept the Mets.
Lol
Yankees took
mess.
3 of 4 against the Mariners. Tigers' hot streak was stopped as I believe they split with the Indians. Reds won 2 of 3 against the Pirates, I believe. Braves took the series against the Nats. Um, Looking at Giants won today. I believe they also took the series from the Brewers. Dodgers and Angels, very cool game today. Bueller pitched well. Ended up watching that game. Obviously, they won that series. White Sox swept the Cubs, unsurprisingly, and that was just a major series from this weekend.
Yeah, they're just oops. My
Uh,
bad. I left the call. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think on that note, I think we're pretty much done here, right? No?
yeah, no, a little bit of a longer pod for you tonight.
Yeah, make up for a
Um,
little gap, a little extra gap. But I mean,
yeah,
hour and 10
making
minutes
up for
isn't
that.
that bad for a podcast. Give you
No,
something to
and
listen to for a while.
we'll probably get back down around that half hour, 45 minutes mark next week,
Yeah.
and as we get more consistent, then that'll sort of even out. But enjoy this super long second part of the Basics podcast, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, peace.